You said what?
We're live now, guys. We're live now, guys. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for showing up once again. You are welcome to Diehard Fans Show. Diehard Fans Show.
We speak football.
We speak football on the show. On the show tonight, this is a grand show. As you know, the season is starting soon, and this is the season preview show. Season preview show. This is the episode 3 of the season of. So we started the show, and this is the season preview show. There's 3 of us today. One person is currently missing, but we're joining the show later. I introduce myself again. I'm the Fresh Prince of Football, Nero Atabatele, Gunner for life. And I'm expecting big things from my team this season. We also have Jose Jr.
Jose Jr. Representing Moristas all over the world. Representing Moristas all over the world, and happy to have you guys on the show this evening.
Thank you, Jose Jr. And Baba Abuja.
Yeah, and today I'm here again today, Andy, Baba. Thank you guys for joining us again.
Okay, thank you for that, Andy. So before we commence again, once again, just want to tell you guys know about our Diehard Fans FPL League. Don't forget, use code MFE5M1 to join the league, and you can also qualify to win the prizes that are attached to the league by subscribing on our YouTube page. There's a whopping 10,000 naira to be won by the first prize winner, and also we'll be having monthly giveaways for the monthly winners. Thank you very much as you subscribe.
First, it's important to let them know joining the FPL is absolutely free.
Exactly, it's absolutely free to join. The only criteria is free to join the FPL league, but to win the award, it's also free to win the award. But the criteria is that you have to subscribe on the YouTube page. So, we will go ahead with the show now. So we've had some interesting transfers since the last
episode.
The last episode, some transfer rumors, especially Cucurella has been subject of transfer. We heard that Chelsea are likely to take him off the books of the from grab him away from the hands of Manchester City. Jose Jr., do you think with Chelsea having Ben Chilwell and Alonso, even they won't see have this Brazilian guy,
Emerson, the Italian Emerson,
Italian, sorry, Emerson. So why are they going for Cucurella? Do they have that much money to spend on a defender when they already have 3 people there that they've never sold?
Oh yeah, I think Chelsea will always have money, and especially this summer or in the last few summers where they haven't really made so much signings. Apart from that summer where Lampard brought in all those players, I think they've not really been signing a lot. Remember, they had like 2 years summer ban, I think, or a year summer ban. And also, it's important to know that they've lost some defenders this summer. So they'll always have money, of course. But again, I think we're beginning to see today in football where most big teams have very solid fullbacks. If you look at Liverpool, basically their creativity comes from their fullbacks, thier and Robertson. Same with Manchester City. So it's not surprising to see them spending so much money on another fullback in Chelsea.
Okay, thank you for that, Jose Jr. Anyway, about Abuja, Manchester United. Do you think you guys are ready for the season? Because sorry, before you go ahead, because Ronaldo is I don't know. There's a problem with Ronaldo, and that could affect whatever is happening at the club, the preparations at the club, whatever that the Hag has had planned. But I'm sure Ronaldo would have been in his plan heading into United. But with this happening now, do you think it going to cause any issue for the start of the season?
Well, to be honest, Ronaldo has not been setting good example for the team, especially those guys who are looking up to him. And personally, for me, I don't think Erik ten Hag wants that kind of mix-up now, because he's trying to build a team. So he doesn't want a situation whereby Ronaldo comes in and then he tries to disrupt the rhythm of the team. I take you back to our preseason games. When you look at our preseason games, he wasn't there, and then you see a lot of them firing Martial, Rashford, and Sancho. So I think Eric Ten Hag has tried to put that team together, and then Ronaldo coming back against Rayo Vallecano with the media surrounding him, leaving the stadium before full time. He's trying to create problem for the team. So personally, for me, I think Eric Ten Hag should, put everything aside and then play Martial, Rashford, and Sancho, and then let's see what happens. But you know how English media, anything he does, they'll tie it to Ronaldo. He starts Ronaldo, it's a problem. Why are you starting Ronaldo? He has not been there. He's not setting a good example. You don't start Ronaldo. The media comes, why would you not start Ronaldo, the top scorer last season? So I think Eric Ten Hag is in a difficult position now, but let's see what happens on Sunday.
Yes, Ten Hag is in a difficult position. There's no doubt about that. But this difficulty has been brought about by Cristiano Ronaldo. That's what I'm saying. If Ronaldo comes to training on time, stays to the end of the last match, do you think there'll be any rank or any talk on media? There's always rumors, no doubt, but it will not be as fierce as it has been all summer. Go ahead.
I do not completely agree that it was brought on by Ronaldo. Of course, Ronaldo will have some faults, leaving the game halftime. I agree with that. But if everything the club has fed us, and Ronaldo has also posted on his social media pages, if we can go by that, I think whatever he was dealing with last month, the family issue he had, I think was probably a serious thing. And since then, he returned to the club. He's been training with the club. And I think he's just being himself. Personally, I'm not really... I do not really like the fact that people try to say Ronaldo is disrupting United or Ronaldo is a problem in United. I think the only problem with Ronaldo is Ronaldo wants to win. And for me, if I'm a manager in a club and I have a model professional that is ready to do anything to win, he's pushing the club to sign players, he's unhappy that the club is not really doing what he needs to do to compete with the other teams, I will be happy with that kind of player. So I think United's problem is not Ronaldo. I think it's just being overblown by the media, of course. But I think the problem is the club itself is not conducting itself in a way that would want a star like Ronaldo to stay. And I think that's the original problem.
Yes, we know that. We know obviously that there will always be rumors in football. We also know that the media likes to exaggerate things. That is how they do. That is how they make their money. You understand what I'm saying? By exaggerating things.
Yeah.
However, there is no smoke without fire.
Absolutely.
No matter what, as a manager, no matter the amount of winners I have in my team,
absolutely,
no matter how much of a winner that you are, if you don't show commitment to my team, it's going to disrupt the team, first of all, because the fact that you're a winner means you're influential to other players.
Of course.
You understand?
Of course.
Absolutely.
So that is why on the third day, he's even said that Ronaldo was not the only person that led the field at halftime. If I'm sorry to say this, but I can easily say if Ronaldo doesn't leave that field at halftime, nobody else leaves the game at halftime. Do you agree with me on that?
Potentially.
Exactly. So players like the one that have the influence, yes, if they are committed, they are great to have in the team. No doubt about that. Someone like Ronaldo is great. When committed, he is great to have in the team. But when he's not committed, he can easily pull others with him because of that influence. That's why we call them influential players.
Of course.
So although the saga is still going to continue as always, but now let's listen to what some people have said here. Riwan Aziz, thank you for your comments, Riwan Aziz. He said it is definitely unacceptable and irresponsible for any player to leave the stadium during a match. That is exactly what Ten Hag said in his interview the other day. Buchi said, what is the exaggeration with Ronaldo's case, please? So can you explain, Jose Junior? Folu is here. Jose Junior, please explain the exaggeration with Ronaldo's case.
I think in the whole of the summer, the only thing I can say that Ronaldo has done wrong is leaving the stadium before the end of the game. That's the only thing. And I think, of course, you can give him a wrist slap for that. But if we have to now blow that out of proportion, if Maguire had left the game, if only Maguire and Martial had left the game in the middle of before the game finishes, I don't think we'll be discussing this. But because it's Ronaldo, of course, they're going to spin it as much as they can.
Of course, Ronaldo is a big player. So it will happen. I'll give an example. Last season, Messi refused to give a handshake to Pochettino during a substitution.
Absolutely.
And it was everywhere. It was loud. It was as if, but it's something I see almost every week in football. That one player was always angry getting stopped, always take the referee. But because it was Messi that week, it was everywhere in the football media. Because it's Messi. So it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that something that Ronaldo does is a normal thing. Beckham, Ronaldo, Maradona, these are players that anything you do is blown out of proportion. You know what I'm saying?
On the spotlight, yeah.
If Michael Jackson cough, the whole body hears it because of how famous he was. But if and it's okay, cough, who go know? If you keep person, they don't go know. Maybe they go know for I don't let's say keep person, but they don't go know for outside Nigeria. That is how it is. The bigger you are as a footballer, or as anything in life, the bigger you are, the more
attention you get about
it. No, that's how football is. So for me, I don't think it's an exaggeration. Ronaldo carries those kind of things with him. For Lu, thanks for joining us. Now that you're here, we're going to start the season preview show. Guys, today, as I said earlier, we're doing a season preview. So
before we start, can I
go today?
Okay,
go ahead.
No, can I ask, did Folu get a haircut today? Because it's
really yeah.
You all were looking
so nice. You came to the show. I think looking 5 years younger.
Yeah. What's the occasion? Why did you get the haircut specifically today?
I'll tell you next episode. Anyways.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for holding
it. Welcome, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Guys, for our game, for the prediction show today, the boys all have a sheet of paper with them. I hope you guys have your sheet of paper with you and your mark and your writing pad.
Yeah.
You guys I've got my marker, but I can get a pen. I can get a
writing pad. Okay, please get one so that when we start the prediction show, we will know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So we're going to predict the following things for the Premier League. We're going to predict the PL champions, the top 4, the relegation teams, the first manager to get sacked, the player of the season, the top scorer, the top assister, the manager of the season, and the surprise package. Surprise package can be a footballer, it can be a basketballer. Who has left again?
Yeah, I think he's got to get parts.
It can be a basketballer.
I think he's doing it CR7.
Okay. It can be a coach. It can be a basketballer. Oh, I'm confused. It can be a coach. It can be a player. It can be anybody. But someone that you feel is going to give us a surprise. It can even be a club itself. Someone that's going to give us a surprise this season. Yeah. So once Folu comes, we will start with the season preview show. So please, if you are in the comments, you're watching the show live, please, if you're in the comments, please, as we are doing these predictions, please give us your own, what you think about our predictions. For example, if I say Crystal Palace will win the league, tell me why I'm silly for saying that, please, in the comments. I would like to read it to the whole world so that they can hear it. Okay, so the first question we're going to ask the guys, as usual, is which team do you think will win the Premier League, guys? Which team do you think will win the Premier League? Please, you can write it down, please. Don't show it off here, just write it down. Which team do you think will win the Premier League? Which team do you think will win the Premier League, guys?
I have a clue. It's coming to Manchester, but I don't know where.
In your dreams.
Definitely not Man U, though. You cannot go to Man U like Man U for where?
He's coming to Manchester, but I don't know where.
You should be ashamed of yourself. You should say your club if it's something you believe you can do, eh?
No, we are tired of feeling it. Let's give other people a chance.
So, yeah, that's what a club that knows they can't win it. That's how they sound.
That's what they say, right? So we'll review one after the other. For this particular one, let me go first for the first one.
I'm gonna have to get my pen. My pen just fell. 1 sec.
Go ahead.
All right.
So I'll just go first for this. My team for the winning the league is Liverpool. Liverpool will be champions for me. Liverpool will be champions. I think it's obviously between them and Manchester City, but I went for Liverpool because I think Man City, I think they've lost something this season. I think they've lost their soul this season. They've lost their soul because we know Guardiola he likes to rotate players. He may not be able to do that so much this season because I don't know, but I think Haaland is a player that's going to play every game. You can't rotate Haaland, and now he's lost Zinchenko, Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, and there's a likelihood of losing Bernardo Silva. These are players that, even though they're not regular, in the case of Zinchenko, Jesus, and Sterling, not regular, but they contributed a whole lot to the last 3 title wins or last 4 title wins that club has won. So I think they've lost some this season. I think that Liverpool can just take advantage of that. Although Liverpool has lost money too, but that's just one player, and Man City have lost 3 quality players that have been important in as a squad, because a league is won by the squad, not by starting 11. And those players are part of the squad. That's my reason. So what shows your title winning team?
What? From a hater? A perennial enemy of the Jurgen Klopp.
So he's also got for Liverpool.
Are you playing a double bluff or something?
So John Junior, why did you go for Liverpool?
Well, I think I agree with you. I suspect that City is losing some verve, and I think we're beginning to see what can happen when Pep is not an overwhelming favorite. They're going to lose. They've lost 3 quality players, like you said, and potentially they'll be losing Bernardo Silva. And I don't think the replacement, apart from the forwards, obviously, I don't think the replacements are coming in as good as the ones they had. Like Calvin Phillips replacing Fernandinho, and I think Nathan Ake is going to be the backup left back for Cancelo. So that's one. And I think Liverpool ended last season stronger, and I expect them to continue in that form. So I'm judging from what we saw in the Charity Shield. So I think they're likely to win the league this season.
Okay.
And for the first time, although they're going to miss the quality that Mane brings, but for the first time, Klopp is going to have that central figure like he had in Dortmund with Lewandowski. So if Darwin Núñez performs as we expect, I think they're just going to be unstoppable.
Okay, that's going with the other guys. I have some prediction here. Olabime says Liverpool will win the league. Nwale Paul says the league will go to Manchester City. Buchi Lawrence says Arsenal. Okay. Ifeanyi Stan Onwuka says Man City to win the league. And Riwan Aziz says Liverpool to win the league. So now let's okay. For who will win the league? Please let's be brief.
No doubt.
Liverpool FC. So that's 3 people that go for Liverpool. So why Liverpool? Because they are your team, right?
Of course, yes. But you guys have made very valid points. But also the World Cup is also going to play a big part in how the season goes, really. Like I said, I think 2 shows ago, I believe that Liverpool's core players, at least 80% of them would not be going to the World Cup. And I mean, because these guys will return back in December where you have back-to-back games. Liverpool players will be well rested, will be fit enough, to continue the game pressing and to, continue the league. By then, I think we should be topping the league. So just continue to roll over other teams. Having said that, City has lost some good players, like you mentioned, but they're also having some challenges. You see, now Laporte is out for at least, I think, maybe 2 months or 3 months or thereabout. So means that Nathan Ake and Diaz would be together in the centre back as a pairing. And if you had watched the Liverpool game, you would have seen that Ake has a lot to improve on. So saying that, I think it will be more challenging for City, and easier for Liverpool to win the league.
I think they're going to have John Stones back. I think the reason why Stones was missing was because he and 2 other players didn't have fulfilled
their COVID jabs,
yeah, so they couldn't go
and
to
they missed
US,
it up. Yeah. Secondly, you just also nailed the point. City has not even, they have had just 2 friendlies, so it will take time for the team to even get to understand Haaland. You see, probably by the end of the month.
Liverpool have gone 9 points ahead.
Hopefully, okay. But you understand, it will take time for them to gel with the players, and
I get. Let's continue the show. Andy, can I see your team, please? Your likely
is going to Manchester.
It's coming to Manchester.
Let's see this. You cannot see it when.
Aren't you ashamed that Manchester United?
So you go for Manchester City. Why did you go for Manchester City? Andy, why did you go for Manchester City?
Well, for obvious reasons, with their recruitment this season, and we know how Pep plays. So it's a no-brainer for me to pick Manchester City ahead of Liverpool. However, it's Premier League, anything can happen. But I think I give it to Manchester City. They've got Haaland, who will give them those goals. I heard you guys saying they've lost a couple of players. They've lost Jesus, they've lost Zinchenko, and they've lost. But they've got Alvarez, they've got Haaland. Yeah, they lost Sterling as well. They've got Alvarez, they've got Haaland, they've got
Phillips,
Calvin Phillips. Yeah, so I think with those players there, for me, they will give it a fight this time around. So that's why I'm picking Manchester City. So,
but do you think Phillips will ever be a starter in Man City?
Yeah, you know how Pep plays, Pep is good at rotating
doesn't use
players.
A double pivot, so I don't think Pep would rather use
players a lot.
But Pep rotates a lot, and the league is about the squad, not the 11.
Have you ever seen Pep use?
Okay, let's move on, guys.
He's got a lot of.
Okay, let's move on, guys. Yeah, sorry, let's move on. We're trying to. We've already gone 22 minutes on the show already. So let's go with our top 4 now. Our Premier League top 4, please. Write down your top 4.
On the same page.
Please. Of course, on the same. Just you write top 4 now. Is Champions are part of the top 4? Yeah, Champions are part of top 4 now. We gotta wait for our top 4. Wait for our top 4 is coming. Maybe there are a few surprises in this top 4.
Yeah, our viewers can also predict their own top 4. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Viewers to join. Of course, please viewers join in the comments. Please join in the comments. For you are also sure your top 4 you are called to. When you showed us, you can go ahead and tell us about your top 4.
Okay.
Show us again and show us and talk about it. As you already shown us.
All right. Yeah. Basically, we've talked about Liverpool.
Wow, Spurs to come second. Wow, that's wonderful. That is wonderful.
I guess that's why I was excited to show everybody. But I know this is not going to be a popular choice, but Antonio Conte is an amazing coach. We've seen him do it time and time again with if he gets the players he wants to get, and he now has a full squad with good rotation. I'm sure he should be able to do very well in the league. I'm putting him as second, and I can see
Please
really well.
Put your team on the finish talking. Can we just see your team on the finish talking?
Okay. So obviously, City has always been top 2, but I feel because of all the factors we've talked about. First of all, they've not had full training. 2, by the time the team is getting to the groove, they'll go for World Cup. 3, I just feel like you said they've lost very important players. And I want Arsenal to actually take fourth because they've invested heavily. When we're talking about the teams that has made the best investments, I would say Arsenal made the smartest buys, and I think it's high time they return to Champions League. Yeah, even though they'll get beaten black and blue, but yeah.
So some just there's someone is exactly the same
Yeah.
position as you.
So your reason. Yeah. So your reason for putting Arsenal there is it's not purely based on your bias. Because you said you want Arsenal to come up there because they haven't been in Champions League and because they've invested heavily. So I don't
invested heavily.
So not because we are good enough to come top 4, because we are invested, because
because they've invested heavily.
Yeah,
so
I don't know. We'll come up with these predictions and attack everybody that's predicted. I don't know.
Yes.
Let's just continue. Everyone Aziz says he has the same prediction as you. He's a Liverpool fan as well, I think. He says Liverpool first, Tottenham second, Man City third, and Arsenal fourth. Normally, Paul says it's City that will win the league, followed by Liverpool, Chelsea, and Tottenham. We also have Arsenal in there. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for what we're doing the show, so Andy Baba Abuja, please give us your predictions, please.
Right. So these are my predictions. Man City first, Liverpool just by a small margin, and then Arsenal, and then Manchester United.
Wow, now, that's cool. That's so. Why do you think Arsenal and Man U finish above or ahead of Chelsea and Tottenham?
Right. So Chelsea, for me, they've not really done well in this transfer market, to be very honest.
I
think they have spent their whole preseason chasing, scouting for Barcelona, and then signing defenders. So they have not really been doing well this transfer market. But we still have we still have till 31st of August. So if something changes, then
but
this is based on this. So this is purely based on
at the moment
how we have at the minute, yeah.
But unfortunately,
so this is purely based on that. Then Manchester United.
Our luck, Andy, that's our luck. We don't have the luxury of changing our predictions. Sorry for that. So any prediction you make now,
this is my own prediction. Yeah, this is my own prediction. This is my own prediction.
All right, all right.
So
this is my guy.
The reason why Chelsea is not here, they've spent so much time.
Yeah, of course. Your reason is very fair. To be honest, very very fair. So let me go for Jose Junior. This is mine. Liverpool, Man City,
Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Spurs.
I think Arsenal and Spurs have made very good signings. I just think that Ronaldo, if he eventually leaves or is forced to stay, I don't know what will happen in that team. But yeah, I just think Arsenal and Spurs are better prepared going to the season. That's just it.
So I have a question for you, Nero. I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why do you think Manchester United will miss out on the top 4, and then why do you think Tottenham will make the top 4 again?
Tottenham is a better team than Man U. They have a better coach, a more experienced coach, in my opinion. A better team. They are more stable at this point in time than Manchester United. You get, I said, the Ronaldo thing. You guys are now depending on players that you've abandoned in the past, like Martial. I don't know how you copy me.
Do you think their participation in the Champions League will affect them, Tottenham? Do you think so?
Tottenham. Champions League.
Yeah, their participation in Champions League. Yeah.
The group will depend on that.
It would. Do they have the debt? Do they have the debt?
In that pipe, they have Lucas Moura, Richarlison, Harry Kane, Son, and Kulusevski. They have 5 dependable players. And in the right back, they have Spence. They have Doherty. In left back, in left back, they have Sessegnon. They have this guy they just bought.
Perisic.
They will have somebody else. Former Madrid boy.
Reguilon.
In defense, they are stacked. They even bought somebody else from Barca. Lenglet. So and their midfield, they even bought somebody extra. They bought
Bentancur.
They bought so they have a good team.
They are well.
Start level better than Man U. Back up better than Man U. For me, Tottenham have better score than Arsenal, in my opinion. But I also feel that Arsenal are on the high. So I think Arsenal will make it. So
Right.
we go to the next edition.
Does Fuad not have a top 4?
Oh,
I
I'm
do.
sorry. I'm very sorry, Fuad. Sorry.
You've
Sorry.
been so
Give
excited.
us your top 4.
Well, yeah. I don't think there'll be much of a surprise from me. Since I'm the last to speak, you guys have given most of the reasons for some of my choices. So this is my top 4. Of course, I already said why I think Liverpool will win. Manchester City, ideally, I think they still have the best squad, but they'll be there or thereabout. But so I think they'll come in second. Chelsea haven't really been impressive in the summer. However, spending 60 million on Cucurella potentially is a big move. So I still expect further investment this summer from them. I think they're going to get some forwards. Sterling is back. Gallagher is back. So I think they'll still get some quality players up front. And then Tottenham, of course, you guys have given the reason. So I think this will be top 4 at the end of the season.
Okay, that's good. That's good. At least all of us, you did put Arsenal there, but don't worry.
Someone is saying United sixth.
The reason why I didn't put Arsenal is this.
No, United.
Arsenal, I think Arsenal have improved significantly, but in terms of quality of their backup, it's not as good as other teams. And the Europa League will really press them. Yeah, if they go far. Someone said Conte is a world-class coach, or I don't know about that. That's a different argument. But one thing I know about Conte is he picks his battle with wisdom. Conte, I think he has only made the semi-final of a UEFA competition once in his entire career. I can assure you today, you probably won't see Spurs beyond the round of 16 in Champions League. So he's just going to find a way to get out all those competitions.
Oh yeah, I think that was with Inter.
Juventus.
No, was not Inter.
Juventus.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're just going to face. Oh yeah. Sorry, I can't remember. I think it's Inter. They're just going to face the Premier League squarely and try to get as high as they can. So that's what I think will happen.
Fair enough.
Somebody's arguing with us. Omali Paul, he said, "I think this final is an unbiased mind." A Chelsea fan. Sorry, Paul. We cannot pass our predictions with us. It's our prediction now. It's our prediction. So
if he can make his own prediction and put Chelsea as first,
come on, attack us at the end of the season.
Paul, can you give us your own prediction? Top 4 prediction in the comment section. Let's see.
He has given us. I saw his comment here earlier. Let me look for it. He gave us his prediction.
From an unbiased Chelsea fan.
From an unbiased Chelsea fan.
Polu is biased.
At 60 million.
Oh, yeah, Polu is biased. So this is,
of course, Polu is biased. I mean, Liverpool.
This is top 4. He said Chelsea is top 3, and he didn't put Arsenal there. But guys, let's progress in the show. So, who are your 3 teams that you think will get relegated? 3 teams you think will get relegated?
Wow, that's a difficult
18, 19,
one, but
20
let's.
in that order. 18, 19, 20 in that order.
Okay.
One sec, guys. I'm gonna have to use my fantasy, the table, to guide me, because that's a bit difficult.
Yeah.
All right, almost there. Okay. Nothing first. I'd say Fulham, Brentford, Bournemouth. Okay.
Andy, Baba, you're not ready yet. Jose, are you ready?
1 minute.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, Andy, go ahead. Go ahead, your predictions. Guys.
Yeah, so I've got Bournemouth 18th, Brentford, and Fulham.
Really? Make it stable, please. We can't see. Make it stable.
Yeah, so it's Bournemouth 18th, Brentford 19th, and then Fulham 20.
Okay. Why do you think Fulham will bottom of the table?
Yeah, well, I know they got promotion through. I think they topped the league, yeah. But this is Premiership. Anything can happen, yeah. So I don't think they are ready for EPL. They are not ready for EPL, so I see them going back to Championship. And then it was a difficult call for me for Brentford but I just feel they might just lose out again. And then Bournemouth,
Why?
of course, they are going back. So that's my own prediction. Yeah.
Okay, Folu, go ahead, please. What's the let's see yours.
Yeah. So fourth,
Let's see now.
18th
Okay,
Fulham,
Fulham, Forest, and Brighton. Is that Brighton or Brentford?
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. Okay.
Yeah, it should be AFC Bournemouth. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
AFC Bournemouth. Yeah. So Fulham, obviously, they're a yo-yo club. They come up, go down, come up, go down. But they have some decent players. Yeah. I would say I think this time around they've learned their lessons. They didn't invest as heavily as they did the last time, buying very expensive players and not knowing where to put them. For Nottingham Forest, they've been away for ages. It's like, they have no idea what's going on, to be honest. They've spent so much. They've spent on almost every position. And I doubt they'll be able to make them work. And as for Bournemouth, they don't have any centre back at the moment. They are going to be beating Black and Blue. And the other coaches have no idea what they are doing. As much as I used to like Bournemouth's coach, the guy who played for Chelsea.
Vincent Kompany.
No.
Vincent
Bournemouth.
Kompany.
Company is Burnley's coach.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
This
Burnley. Company's Burnley.
Parker.
Yeah, Parker. Yeah.
As much as I love Parker, I would say I don't think he's into play with the big boys. So Fulham, Nottingham Forest, and Bournemouth, guys.
All right, thank you. Yeah, so this is mine.
Good one.
This is mine. So I have Everton in 18th, Bournemouth in 19th, and Fulham 20th. Just watching Everton play, I watched Everton preseason games and watching them play. The squad looks very. Although they've brought in some players since then, but still I don't see them.
Dele Ali's miss.
What?
Dele Ali's miss. It would have been easier to score the goal than to miss that.
Well, although he hasn't played a bit well in preseason, to be fair.
Yeah, I think this guy is injured now for 6 weeks.
Yes, Kabadon is even
injured
now
for 6 weeks now.
And I think it's the only striker they have now. The only reliable striker.
Even
Rondon,
who is useless.
Rondon is not. I don't even know he's up to it anymore. So
he's injured.
That's mine. So Jose Junior, show us yours, please, and talk about it.
Well, very quickly, I think we'll all agree. Bournemouth. Most of us have chosen Bournemouth as the 20th team on the table. Fulham next, and Leeds. I didn't think about Everton quickly, but I thought about Leeds for a number of reasons. One, they were as poor as Everton last season. Two, they've lost Calvin Phillips, who is a key figure, and they've lost Rafinha to Barcelona. I know they've still got some good players in Bamford, who I'm not sure about his fitness, and then Rodrigo potentially, but I just don't think they have enough to survive.
And Leeds got a couple of Americans, Aronson, Tyler Adams. So they got Americans, and those guys are good players. So if I saw Aronson play, and Aronson
this is not Ted Lasso. This is not Ted Lasso. I said this is not Ted Lasso. They will be beating Black and Blue. Those guys could not even make it in RB Leipzig. No. Aronson, fantastic. I saw an assist that Aronson gave Bamford in the friendly. Oh my God, that was. But EPL defenders are not.
I watched him in Salzburg. He's very, very, very decent player. Very, very decent player.
I feel Everton. Yeah, Everton potentially. But the reason why I didn't pick Everton is if Everton struggle by December, Lampard will be out of the job and they'll find some money.
That was where I was going. That's what I was going.
They've gotten decent defenders.
Is Lampard a fraud? I don't think Lampard is up there with the best coaches. To be fair, Lampard, even with the mid coaches, I don't think he's there with the mid coaches. In my opinion, and that's the major reason I put Everton in my bottom three. If they start it early,
I think Lampard is enjoying the benefits of being a fantastic world-class player. So people are still like using the lenses that they used to judge him as a player to look at him as a coach. To be honest, he probably would be maybe a good assistant manager or something somewhere. But coaching, I watched Everton versus Liverpool last season, and I realized it was.
I think Lampard. This will come across as very controversial. But I think Lampard belongs, or Lampard would have done as well as most top coaches if he started in Barcelona like Pep and Enrique did. I think to start with
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you.
Let him finish.
Lampard at Chelsea. Relax. Lampard at Chelsea.
No, let me finish.
Lampard at Chelsea was a failure. And another manager came there, and within 6 months, within 3 months, he transformed the team into a team that could win the Champions League and the FA Cup. So they lost in the final.
Without deviating too much, I'll tell you why. Lampard wasn't a disaster in, was it Derby? When he was in the Championship and it took them to playoff. It wasn't a disaster there.
Yeah.
However, in Chelsea, Lampard had that difficulty of his first season without the transfer window. Yeah. Then the second season, because of the amount of signings, the amount they spent on players, the expectation rose. I know he flopped. I understand, but this is Chelsea and this is Premier League. Honestly, I think most managers would have, even, of course, there have been world-class managers that have been to Chelsea and they had similar challenges. I didn't expect Lampard to take Chelsea from 4th to 1st or whatever. And Premier League is now more competitive. So I think it's as bad as it appears to be.
Don't worry. Everton he will have his shot with Everton. Now he has the team. He's going to start with them.
And he takes on difficult jobs. And that's the quality of someone.
He takes on difficult jobs, or he takes on jobs that are available.
Nobody takes on difficult jobs. People take on jobs that is available for them to take. You get? You don't see Madrid job.
I don't agree that he takes.
Is that a jab on Mourinho?
No.
This is Madrid job. I'm saying I will go and
it's like you're going somewhere, yeah. And GPS is telling you.
You take what's available for you to take.
Okay, the question is.
Is that a jab on Mourinho?
We are working in McDonald's. What are telling you?
Okay, so let's say Everton comes in for Lampard and he refuses to take the job. What's going to happen?
We'll say we'll be jobless now.
Of course. So for him to accept a team, almost.
That's why I said he takes job that is available. I didn't say he will either remain on employed and take a job that is hard, that is easy. No, I said he takes what is available for him. If he doesn't take the Everton job, it's either he takes that or he don't take the job. Because that was available. But you cannot tell that
to be honest, there were no others.
It's not possible. You won't do that.
No. Okay.
So
I don't want us to.
So are you saying Mourinho took up the Roma? I saying Mourinho took Roma because there was no other jobs available? Or
Mourinho had no job available for him. Roma had no job available. Mourinho had no job available. Yeah, not started yet.
Why is already loading to give it to you guys?
Yeah,
he's already. I can see him.
Somebody said Napa should go and coach PE League. Napa going to coach PE League. Someone said
I think Napa should join.
He said he put it just at the special one. Let's show guys. So the next team are predicting. Okay, what's not doing? Everybody has done their bottom 3. Have everybody done at the bottom 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so this Lampard talk has got us in next show. Who is the manager that will get sacked? That will lose his job? Not get sacked. Manager that will lose his job first this season. Which manager will lose his job first?
They are on the same alley.
I have
lose your job by sacking or by anyhow or by resigning. But which manager will lose his job first? Right
for
it
me, okay.
Right it to Omaye.
Folu looks like he's beating the manager already.
Frank Lampard. So I don't think that last season Lampard was left because they were already in a precarious situation when he came, and they couldn't go any deeper. So it was just okay. Either we get sacked, or whether we get relegated, or he saves us. That's why they didn't sack him last season. But if he has anything close to the form he had last season, when he's going to get sacked. That is my own idea behind that. So please let's be very fast about it. Go ahead, yours. Show us now. Time to go. Lampard, okay. Lampard as well. I guess for the same reasons, right?
No, not for the same reasons. I think the squad is really bad. I think without DCL, even when Carlo was there, they really struggled. And most of their experienced players are aging, then Coleman and the older players. So losing DCL and then losing the only player that gave them some element of threat with Richarlison. So to me, they're basically toothless now in the attack and their defense. I think Lampard's weakness as a manager, from what I've seen, I think is his defense. So I think that's what will happen. He will pay the price for having a bad squad. That's what I think.
Andy, I thought about Andy.
Okay. When others?
I can't remember.
Bucci has said it's between Ten Hag and Arteta. He said about Onali forces is between Ten Hag and Arteta.
I'm going to mention another name when everyone is done.
Between Tuchel and Lampard.
I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember the name of Leicester's coach. It's just
that's the name, Brendan Rodgers.
Sorry, yeah. So that's
Brendan Rodgers,
because he's not made any buys. So this goalkeeper, who for me was the best player last season, Vardy is already playing like a geriatric player. Ian Achok, only God knows what's going on with him. He spent so much money on Patson Daka.
Madison, look at I really going for Madison.
Yeah, so I feel Patson Daka will be their sole goal outlet this season if he remains fit and But yeah, for me, I think Brendan Rodgers will be the one to be sacked first.
But don't
unfairly.
If Brendan Rodgers was to leave, I don't think it will be a sack because I think the club will understand that they not supported him, so they can't sack him. I think if he might get angry and be like, oh, I'm resigning because they didn't support me, or that kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's why I think to leave either way.
No, I agree with you, but you said sack. I'm just saying, like,
okay,
I'll be correct. Okay, Andy Baba Buja, let's hear yours.
Marco Silva, Fulham.
Why?
Because he's been sacked.
Why
he's been sacked across the Premier League.
Yeah,
His second name is Sack. So
newly promoted teams are always newly promoted teams are some of the earliest sack coaches. Because if what here, manager, I don't care what's happening. I don't trust the manager. So Fulham, okay. What's the reason for that?
So these three clubs are not serious. Watford, Fulham,
it's not up there.
Okay.
Silva is not a top coach. Premiership is and he's been getting the flogs all around. So I just see him being the first coach to be sacked, Marco Silva. So fingers crossed, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think he's been sacked across. How many Premier League clubs now?
I don't
know.
Watford. Everton.
I think he was sacked last season from one of the clubs as well.
No,
was he Hall or something? No, he wasn't sacked in Hall.
Hall. I think he coached Hall too. Yeah.
No. I think
Everton took him from Hall. I can't remember what happened.
Yeah, Everton took him from Hall, but I think he's been sacked twice or thrice. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I think he was a good coach. Before he came to Premiership, I think he was a good coach. Anyway.
Exactly. My reason behind Lampard being a good coach.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah.
So, this one is an interesting one. Who will be the player of the season? The player of the season. Who will be the player of the season? Very interesting one, that.
Difficult one.
My bias is going to show now.
Wow. It's a difficult one. Very difficult. Crack on, yeah.
I'm going to go first. I'm going to go first.
Go ahead.
Yeah. It's going to be a fullback, a world-class fullback.
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Who some feel he's terrible at defending, but I think his contribution to Liverpool's game is immense. And he's most likely going to determine a lot of the attacking play this season. So I think it's going to be the player of the season.
Okay, thank you for that. Folu, can you give us yours? Or Andy, can you give us yours? Andy.
Well, I think I'll go with Haaland. Yeah, because the reason is almost obvious. He's got players who are there who support him. There's De Bruyne, there's Mahrez, there's Bernardo Silva, and he's a great finisher. So I tip Eric Haaland, yeah. Erling Haaland, yeah.
All right. So I'll go with mine before Folu not looking ready. And mine, okay, just let me do yours. Mine is first. Mine is Jesus. He loved himself.
Arsenal fans are thinking they've got their
Jesus.
They got their savior in it.
Yeah,
so what's the reason?
He's coming to save us. He is coming to save us. The savior has arrived. So that is why I've chosen him, because he's a new signing, and in prison he has looked very, very, very insane in prison. And I think he's been a caged animal as Manchester City, because I feel for strikers, regular game time is what makes a striker be able to showcase his quality. And he's been a caged animal as Man City, and he's at Arsenal, at the club that is good at to showcase and show the world.
So you guys will unleash him, yeah?
We are going to unleash him. We are going to unleash him. We have taken the shackles off his neck.
Mine obviously is the guy who keeps winning it.
Salah.
No, sorry about that. I'm not changing camera. Put it again. Sorry. Mohamed Salah. Okay, regular customer.
I think you have a double mind there, Folu.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I initially said down, but I realized let's be realistic. He might not do much. But to be honest, yeah, it's Salah we are talking about. He's been there. He's come back again, and Salah is just something else. And I feel this is another 25-30 goal a season moment for him. And
I have a question.
Yep.
Right. So, do you think with the absence of money, do you think Salah will be able to get that as well this season with the absence of money?
Yes. Because now you know one thing he added to his game last season, and he said it during the interviews, was when Kane beat him to the Golden Boot 2 years ago, he said he was going to be the best playmaker and he was going to be the best goal scorer. And he seems like someone that when he puts his mind to something, he will do everything in his power to make it happen.
Absolutely.
After he knows he's not going to the World Cup. So the only way to at least be among the top best players in the world is to perform this season. And even from the preseason, you can see how sharp he looks, like the sharpest player.
Can I show you guys something?
Yeah.
This was my initial player of the season. But the reason why I chose TA is because of what ND asked. The reason why I chose TA is because of what ND asked. I think with Mane out of the squad, and we discussed this earlier, Liverpool will have to change their approach. And I don't know how negatively it may improve them as a team further. I don't know how, but I don't know how negatively that will affect Salah's productivity in terms of, in terms of goals, because Darwin is just that central figure that will occupy those spaces. Normally Firmino draws back, Mane drops deep, and then Salah goes in. But now Darwin is always there, so Salah will have to be providing more. And then, so I don't know, but that's why I went for TA.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So the next
I hope someone is recording all this. He's already putting all these things down, because at the end of the season we are going to celebrate.
Yeah, just to chip in something before we move on. Yeah, so I'm seeing a lot of our viewers comment, and that's commendable. So we'll just have to read some of them. So Nero, if you can help us with reading their
I've been reading them.
That would be,
I've been reading them.
Yeah, so I think I've got one here. Owolabi player of the season, Gabriel Jesus. Yeah. And then I saw Destiny saying Mason Mount.
Yeah, there are many. Gabriel Jesus, he said Gabriel Jesus, someone said not Darwin. Someone said why not Darwin?
What do you guys think about
why said Mason Mount? I don't think Mason Mount can win it.
But what do you guys think about Mason Mount?
Yeah, there's no chance.
What do you think about his chances?
Mason Mount is a good player, but I don't think he can.
Mason Mount can carry Chelsea on his own. And
personally, for me,
win player of the season, you have to.
I was about to say that.
You understand? You have to. And he also has purple patches. You see, there are first 6 to 7 games where Mason Mount is as good as you say this is world class. And other matches, you're like, who is this? Do you understand?
I think Mason Mount at best should be playing for West Ham. or be a bench player for Chelsea. I don't think.
I think what before you can take home this award, a lot of factors are there, you know. So Chelsea for now they haven't got that focal point there. They haven't got a center forward, a recognized
your
center
team is
forward.
not a team that
Listen, man cannot give us
Nobody's
those
talking about
goals.
KDB. Is it that the guy is too
Who will
old?
convert those chances?
Now that Man City have his, Nero mentioned something like that earlier. Now that Man City have that Haaland, forget it. Everything goes through him.
Yeah.
Everything goes through
So
him.
for fantasy Premier League,
but everything
remove
goes through him.
KDB.
Except he flops, but everything goes through him.
Okay, he can get his assist and all those things, but if Man City have to win titles this season, Alan will obviously score 25 plus goals. And if Alan scored,
Definitely.
and he also has to ball it, the goal scorer is one that takes all the plaudits.
I think we've got one comment here. Fine, is stand on can say Salah as well. So
That's my bro. Yeah, you know what you're talking about.
just Junior just finished missing.
Okay, let's go ahead, guys. Let's go ahead,
All right,
guys.
moving on.
Right? Mason Mount is
This one is
on,
another
moving
interesting
on.
one. This one is not interesting. This one is top scorer. Who will be the top scorer this season? Who will be the top scorer this season?
Do you put the amount of goals or just
No.
I'll put it with one. Let's put it.
This is a straightforward call for me.
I think we will all have the same person here. Let's put, if it's Alan, purpose to you up. If you know it's Alan, no,
are you kidding me?
Well, let me see your own.
Wow, it's not as straightforward as I thought.
So it's Alan Nunez, Alan Salah. Okay, so the guy that chose Alan, I'm not going to ask you any questions. I'm going to ask Ole Junior, why Nunez?
Very quickly, I think Nunez's situation is going to be like Haaland. He'll play most games for Liverpool. Liverpool have loads of creativity. Nunez is tall, very good aerial ability, and thier and Robertson will provide those supply. So he will get lots of goals.
Finishing.
And Klopp will do less rotation as Pep will do with Haaland and Alvarez. So I think that one will take it.
Okay, so
someone said you are being sarcastic. Because you don't like Darwin Nunez. You've always said how useless he is and stuff, off camera.
So Folu, why do you think Salah? So it's Salah will be there again.
Like, it's just like, wait, it's like, when you have someone that has been doing it consistently, it's the right for me.
I agree with that. He's top scorer 3 times now, right?
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah.
I think only Thierry Henry has been top scorer 3 times or more, right?
Yeah.
So if he gets top scorer now, that means we'll have equaled on this four times.
And don't forget, he's earning so much more. He has to perform.
But
be honest,
if we're being truthful to ourselves, if we're being truthful, Salah has not been up there since he returned from the African Nations Cup.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And
I think I think for that reason. It's a new season.
Now, I agree with you, Andy. Yeah. However, in an interview, Virgil van Dijk said that a couple of things were going on behind the scenes. The contract situation, how he lost the final, how he didn't go to the World Cup, these things were affecting him. He's a human being like you and I. So, anyways, let's see.
Yes.
We all made our predictions. But
yes.
I
agree with you, Folu. Losing the final, missing out on the World Cup, because I have mental on a player whose ambition is to win, like Salah. It could give you a mental breakdown. So, when you work out for something for so long and then you lose it, it can make it crash down back to earth. I don't know what I'm saying.
That's exactly what's happening now. That's why he can't take the golden boot.
No,
but it has happened since like 4 months ago now.
Yeah, not a break. There's been a break.
But if Cristiano Ronaldo stays in Man U,
there's a reason why he was in quotes mentally down. Yeah, that's because there was no trophies. Yeah, he didn't win those trophies. So, and he hasn't won anything yet. So, personally, for me, I don't think he will be there.
Okay.
Please, our fans are still our biased. Please, what are we biased about? Please put in the comment section. What are we biased about? I see Chelsea fans say we're biased. What are we biased about?
Please tag the person specifically. Tag the biased person.
So you want us to say that Mount will be his best player in Premier League? I won't say that. I will never say that. You will put a gun to my head. I won't say Mount is the best player in Premier League. I will never say that. Okay, guys, let's go on.
Jose Jr. Just a side question for Jose Jr. How many goals do you think Scamacca will score? Because you are one of the people who have lauded Scamacca. I've seen a couple of his games, not impressed at all. But you seem to love the guy. So, how many goals do you think he will score?
I think it's difficult to tell. I think he can go 2 ways. If he's able to adapt quickly to the Premier League, with the way West Ham plays and with his physical abilities.
Yeah, he's 6'4".
Yeah, so he can give between 15 to 20 goals. That's what I think.
For West Ham?
Yeah, because he scored 15 league goals for Sassuolo last season. With less creativity.
Sassuolo, please.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Berardi was there too. But with Bowen on the side, with Kostic bringing in all those...
Kostic, have they signed him?
I think they're about to sign Kostic.
All right.
Kostic, Bowen...
You are forgetting this is Premier League.
Yeah, but let's see.
You will see defenders who don't have joy. Van Dijk, Martinez, Anyways, they are lucky that Burnley defenders are not there anymore.
But I just like the guy.
I like
Scamacca.
Okay. We have Koulibaly.
And the shout out to
Chelsea will say we are biased.
Yeah, shout out to last time I said
already. Pass on already. Please, let's go ahead.
All right. First true test is this weekend. West Ham and what are they playing? Man City?
Man City, yeah.
Yes.
Watch out for Scamacca.
Okay. Who is going to be the top assistant this season?
Only one person.
PA, obviously.
Yeah, Trent. I think I agree with what. I don't need to waste my ink. Trent Alexander-Arnold.
You can show that there's no time again. Show yours. I'll ask a couple of people. KDB for me. Show yours.
Yeah, KDB.
TA. Trent. Player of the season, top assist.
Okay. So, who did you go for, Polu? KDB, right?
No.
So there's no question asked in those areas. No question asked. We know the reason why we put those people. So the next one is manager of the season. Manager of the season
For me.
Another time my bias to show.
Manager of the season for me is going to go to Jurgen Klopp. I don't know if I can use some words on air, but I think the English media basically.
Everybody's going for
those people in the comment section are right.
Hey, what did you go for? What?
Jurgen Klopp, because I feel Liverpool is going to win, so it's going to be Klopp basically.
All right. You think Klopp? I was only Andy, but yeah, Andy, why do you think
Eric Ten Hag
manager?
Eric Ten Hag.
Right. So.
Let me just ask. Someone said KDB or Son for top assistant. Say KDB or Son.
I think it's KDB.
Yeah.
I think it's KDB. I think Son is going to score more than assist. Okay. Now that Kane.
Right. Let's go forward. So FPL Fizzy says Ten Hag will be the manager of the season.
Yeah. So that's something I said.
Says with Thomas Frank. But Andy, tell us why you said Ten Hag. You and Olabimbe. Olabimbe, I think.
So looking at last season, Manchester United performance was awful. We were disgraceful to watch. The coach left us in ignominy. What was his name?
9-0 to Liverpool.
Ragnick. That was the worst performance for Manchester United I've watched. So coming to this season, we've done a couple of signings. So I expect Eric Ten Hag to improve that team. So any improvement to that team for me, he gets the manager of the season. And bear in mind that manager of the season may not necessarily be the person that wins the league. Yeah,
of course.
So I'm looking at it from the angle of that's improving your team from last season. Yeah. So that's why I'm giving it to Eric Ten Hag. Yeah.
The only thing I can say about Ten Hag is, as long as he's able to adapt to the Premier League, if he sticks to all those philosophy and all those tiki-taka, sweet football philosophy. If he doesn't adapt, then he's going to pay for it.
Chelsea fans are really upset. Chelsea fans are really upset. See, Chelsea fans, this is our prediction of season. We are putting our own head on the neck. At the end of the season, we will answer for our crimes, if they are crimes, or we will get praised for our predictions. So don't worry. Our prediction is all on us. All on us. So the last one, before we predict the weekend games, the last one is surprise package. Who or what or where?
Wow.
Where are we going to get a surprise season? Who will surprise us? Is it a team, a club, a manager? But who will surprise us this season? Who will shock us, whether in a good way or in a bad way or anyhow? Someone gave a comment earlier and said Manchester United will surprise us. I don't know whether it's good or bad.
I'll go first again, and I'll pick it in different sections. I think in terms of team, potentially I'll say United, because people have very low expectations, but they may end up surprising us if Ronaldo stays and they get 1 or 2 more signings, potentially. Player.
No, one surprise, not 3 surprises. One team. So is that is Man U, right?
Man U.
Andy. So
okay, so Arsenal for me. Arsenal. So the reason is I see Arsenal breaking into the top 4 this season. They make it to the Champions League this season. So that's a big surprise for me because they haven't been in Champions League. I think the last time Arsenal played Champions League, I think Saka was 16.
I was still in school.
Yeah, we're still in school then. Yeah, so it's a big surprise for me.
Oh my goodness! And getting to the Champions League, they'll still get beaten black and blue.
When somebody in 2016, 2017, when Champions League,
Yeah.
when you guys in school?
Well, we're still in
When
school.
did you
Yeah.
leave school? 2017 when Champions League, when did you leave school? When I tell
Which
you that,
Champions
about 10
League?
years I do for school.
I go masters now.
You went after 10 years after you graduated, you went to masters. And I said, you're not all right. Well, look, let's see a surprise of the season.
To be honest, I don't know. Maybe West Ham.
So when it's Arsenal, because I said in the last show, I said Arsenal, I believe Arsenal will be in title race. We will still come third.
Sorry, can I? Sorry.
We will still come third, but we're going to be in title race this season.
Can I have a question? Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Yeah. How will it be a surprise with the money you spent? Like, what would surprise people if?
Because most people don't expect us to be in the
Yeah, but all of us.
The top 4. No, the top 4 is not a surprise. What I'm telling you is a big surprise that I've said we will be in the title race. We will be in title race season. But we will still come third. But we will be in title race.
Destiny says Chelsea. And
So,
I think he has a point.
Yeah, he has a point. Chelsea could actually surprise us because we thought they're not blind players. They could actually be 11, 12, like Mourinho season. The Mourinho disaster class where they were 16.
Oh yeah.
Someone said
It was fact,
for
yeah.
FPL fees, it says Nottingham Forest. Yeah, but I think FPL fees has a point here. Nottingham Forest are both fantastic players. You know, they have Lingard, Ramsey. Those guys are,
Yeah, and this United's goalkeeper and
Henderson.
Henderson, yeah.
So they've got some good signings, and I think they have money in a way because they're paying Ramsey and
Lingard.
Lingard.
Which Ramsey did they buy? Sorry.
Lingard is 200.
Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey and Lingard are high salary players.
I thought Aaron Ramsey went to France.
Aaron Ramsey. No, it was in Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Nottingham Forest, right?
I know he just terminated. I know his contract
I
was
doubt
terminated by
it. He
Juve.
went to France. I think he's
I'm not
in
sure.
Nice.
I'm not
He
sure.
signed for Nice 2 days ago. Anyways, yeah, they've got players all over the place. For me, I want Nottingham Forest to succeed because of the Nigerian footballer Taiwo Awoniyi. I hope he gets at least 10 to 12 goals this season. Just
Yeah,
boost
their main
morale.
Nigerians in PL now. Awoniyi, the guy, this guy he just came from Rangers. Got a great goal.
Oh, Aribo.
Joe Aribo, yeah.
There's so many. Arsenal have got like
Arsenal is littered with young.
Arsenal is like a Nigerian club now. As we
So I'm talking of senior team now. Senior team. Okay, so thank you guys for your predictions. I know you guys are angry with us. Chelsea fans especially, but it's our predictions. So now we have a game that we're playing, a prediction game, which we'll be playing. Oh, sorry, they said Ramsey is in Nice in France. I'm very sorry for that. Nice in France. Sorry about that. Everybody, Stan Onwuka, thank you very much for that. FPL tell us Ndidi, I'm not Nigerian player in the Premier League. Ndidi. Yes, thank you for that.
It won't be
easy. So now we're going to our a show we play every weekend prediction show. So it's us against the world, us in the studio here against the world, although we're not really in the studio. Us against the world. So I'm going to put it out now. So I'm going to call on Slim. Andy, I think you should tell him to join now. It's not here yet. Okay, Slim is here. Hello, Slim. How are you?
I'm good. Good.
Okay, Slim. So what team do you support, Slim? Let us know.
I'm a Red Devil.
Manchester United.
Yeah,
right now. They are very angry. Okay, Slim. Welcome to the show, Slim.
Thank you, man.
Slim,
welcome, Slim.
You are giving us your predictions. You are competing against all of us in the studio for this week. You are representing Team World. So I hope you represent them well. So this is the table for the predictions for this week. We have selected 6 games. Sorry, let me just remove that banner that is blocking the last game. So we have predicted these 6 games. All of us in the studio, plus the guy representing Slim, who is representing Team World. So, Fuad, of all the predictions here, is there anyone that stands out for you for any of from Team World?
From Team World, let me just have a quick glance again.
Okay.
I think I'm a bit surprised by the West Ham City. Can I ask Slim why he thinks the game is just going to be a walkover for West Ham, considering his prediction 3-0 away from home?
Yeah, so we're talking about City. I think people are getting a little bit distracted by the Community Shield game. That's Liverpool versus City. But if you look at the team that they still have a very strong team, and they still have players who are still coming into, who are still not settled. Someone like Haaland is still not settled. If you watch the Community Shield, he's still yet to be a little bit comfortable in the team.
Yeah.
And then, but I still expect them to be. West Ham, they've not made much, apart from Scamacca, they've not made much signings. And this is what's talking about City.
I think West Ham have actually made some fantastic signings.
Apart from Scamacca,
yeah, they got the centre back from Rene.
And then what's his name?
I can't remember.
Exactly. That's my point. That's my point.
Good one.
That's my point. So and then the caustic you're talking about. Sorry. Okay. The caustic you're talking about looks like
no. I think you actually let him speak, please.
So it looks like Caustic is going to Juve actually, and not West Ham. So I think City will have this. It's going to be easy. Trust me. Let's not be deceived by what happened in the Community Shield.
Slim. I'll just check. Although I'm not yet checked, I'll just check the last few games between those two teams. I think West Ham always struggles against City. Always struggles against West Ham, but I'm checking it now. So they are head to head. So in the head to head, the last 5 matches, City have won 1, 2, just 2 of the last 5 matches. You understand?
Most of them would have narrow victories, I guess.
So draw, and West Ham won 1 out of the 5. 2 draws, 1 West Ham win and 2. So that is fairly balanced. It shows that West Ham is a problem for this team. And West Ham always scored. All the games they played against Man City, they scored. 2-2, 2-1.
If you look at City's team last season, the main issue they had was a striking problem. Pep didn't trust Jesus enough, and most times he played a false 9 in his team. If you watch the game very well, he was always playing a false 9. He never trusted Jesus a lot. And then you have 2, I don't want to say world-class strikers. Haaland is world-class. Julian Alvarez is not world-class yet, but he's a very good player with huge potential. And the firepower they have now is much better than what they had last season. That's just the truth.
True.
Slim, I'm sorry, I won't agree with you on that. I think Sterling and Jesus is more firepower than Alvarez.
We're talking about the Haaland here. You look at his career from Salzburg. He's been scoring goals since he was born. From Salzburg to Dortmund, back to here, City here. He's a goal scorer. He scores goals. That's what he does for a living. If you look at his numbers are incredible.
Yeah, of course. Haaland is
62, I think 63, 67 for Dortmund.
His numbers are incredible, and he's going to get goal.
The little I saw with Alvarez too, I think
he's good too.
He's amazing.
He's an amazing player. He's an amazing player.
I agree with you to a large extent. It's just that I think there are two types of games Pep hates to face. One of them is someone that is always an equally good team, but always in his face, like Klopp's Liverpool. And the other one is a very dogged team that never gives one single chance, and they will punish you in set piece and counter. And that's what you see with Conte, Jose, and potentially sometimes with Moyes. And that's what I think Moyes is going to give them this weekend. Solid defense, and then always playing the ball on the air. So, and like Jose always says, when the ball is in the air, there's nothing to press. And if City don't have anybody to press, Rice, Susek, Skamaka, Antonio, I think it's going to be difficult for them. That's just my opinion. But
yeah, it's all
We'll see how it goes.
At the end of the day, it's just a prediction.
Prediction, of course.
Anything can happen. That's football. Yeah, that's football. Anything can happen. Yeah, so.
Well, I'm seeing someone here at 3-2. Folu, awesome.
Yes, Folu. West Ham City. Yes, Folu. What do you think West Ham will be City?
You've said it all. The last 3 times they played, I watched the last match. Excuse me. The last match that I think West Ham was leading 2-0. City pressed them so much. I think Kofal made a mistake, and I can't remember who scored the equalizer. West Ham has always been tough for Pep. Even before Pep came in, actually, I think if I'm trying to remember a couple of matches, then West Ham was very, very tough, or have always been very tough for Man City. So, and of course, I'm a Liverpool fan. I want Man City to lose. It's easy to pick.
Me, naturally, I think Moyes is a pain in the ass for most big teams.
Oh yeah, they beat us last season.
Moyes is a pain in the ass. You don't want to play. Yeah. Moyes, Conte, you don't want to play those two people.
Nero, looking at my own prediction for Fulham Liverpool, I think you made a mistake. There is switch the result, but that's fine. You understand?
Well, I think for myself and himself also.
Okay, Fulham Liverpool. Oh, sorry, it's supposed to be Fulham 0. Oh, I'm very sorry about that, guys. I'm very sorry about that. Even mine. Sorry about that. Is actually sorry, audience. Sorry, we're very, very sorry. The Fulham Liverpool is actually the other way around for most of us. Nobody said Fulham was going to win. Sorry, because Fulham cannot beat Liverpool 0, of course. Sorry about that. Okay, so Frankfurt Bayern. Andy Baba, we went to the same scoreline as I have gone, and some people said Polu said Frankfurt will beat Bayern. Polu, why do you think so?
The match last season, of course, it was a one-off, but Frankfurt is a good team. Yep. We saw them in Europa. They are very decent and tidy at the back. Of course, the reason why I put 2 goals is because it's Bayern. Bayern would still break them down, but they are very potent in attack as well. So, yeah, I'm just thinking, they should be able to. It's going to be tough for them, but they should just be able to nick it.
I think if Kostic is not going to play, I think they've lost some significant goal contribution.
What's the name of the Japanese player, Kanada or Katada? I can't pronounce his name very well. I love the guy. His positioning, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm seeing a very funny scoreline here. This is not me being biased, but Folu, can you talk us through the Man U Brighton 3-3? Can you make sense to me?
Man U seem to be scoring a lot of goals.
I need to see your face. Yeah.
You need to see my face when I'm saying this, yeah?
Neo, can you help us? Yes. Yes. Can I see his face?
There's nothing to say.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, please. Just to the audience, please, once again, please. I see some of you are saying that our jokers are saying that Fulham will beat Liverpool. Sorry, it was a mistake. Sorry. It's actually the other way around. Anywhere you see Fulham 0, Fulham 4, Liverpool 0. Obviously, of course, it was a mistake, but very sorry for that. It's actually Fulham 0, Liverpool 4, and Fulham 0, Liverpool 3. Very sorry about that, please.
I have a question for
go ahead, guys.
After
so go ahead, Downslow.
Let's follow. Can you talk us through 3-3?
Yeah, I still feel Manchester United have not sorted their defense. I don't know if Martinez is going to start as a centre back or is going to play as a DM. But Brighton is a very, very weird team. They just, they can surprise you at any day. They have a very good coach. Very, very decent strikers. In the French guy, I can't
Trossard,
Mopé, and
Welbeck.
So, on their day, they are tough for anybody, and I'm hoping that it's just one of those matches that they just go bang, 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 and they put in 3. As for Manchester United, from the friendly, they seem to be doing so well, and I can see you are so excited. You even want to see my face to laugh at me when you guys win them and stuff. But I can assure you, it's not going to be as easy as you're thinking.
You guys don't
Fair enough.
about this. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, just a comment on Fola and a question for Slim. I think Brighton have lost 2 key players, Bissouma and Cucurella. So I think they'll struggle.
Yeah.
But my question.
But they also have Mopé, the Zambian DM.
Yeah.
Colombian guy.
Mopé, sorry, almost the same as Bissouma.
Yeah.
What's his name? Colombian guy. No. For Brighton, he plays in that Bissouma kind of role.
Mopé.
I can't remember.
No, Wepu is very good as well. But there's another person that's one Colombian guy. Caicedo, yeah, that guy is very, very good.
My question for Slim, what since you're a Man U fan, what is your feeling about United for this upcoming season? What do you think is their chances?
We're in shambles, man. It's a shambles. So what happens is season in, season out, it's the same strategy from the Glazers. So what they do is they deter. They don't get signings done. They leave it till season kicks off, till maybe 2 weeks to the end of the summer windows, when other teams refuse to entertain any bids, and then they now come back to tell us that, oh, we tried, but we couldn't get these players. So you can see what's happening now. We've lost about six to seven first-team players. And we've only signed a free transfer, and then Malacia that I'm not sure he's going to start over short, and then just Martinez. Yeah, nothing else. You look at the firepower we have up front. We just have a Martial that just returned from loan from Sevilla, a very horrible loan. We have a misfiring Rashford. We have only a decent Sancho. And we have a disgruntled Ronaldo. We have nothing. So the team is in shambles. That's the truth. So if this team is going to make it to the top 4, we have to make signings. So it has to be there has to be signings, serious signings. Investment has to happen, and I don't see it happening. So we're not going to make top 4 this season. It's very obvious. Eric Ten Hag is a decent manager, but he's not a magician. That's the truth.
Andy, do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, I have a question for him. So who do you think we can potentially sign to make these changes?
Well, I think it's a bit late for Manchester United now. If you look at what happened with Ajax, serious teams rushed the team, bought the players they needed before they were able to replace their manager. Manchester United waited for Ajax to replace the manager. And once the manager came in, he said, I don't want any players to leave anymore. Serious players like Bayern went for the players they needed. Other teams went for the players they needed. People who are serious, we're not a serious club anyway, who are serious got the players that they needed from Ajax. We waited until they replaced the team, and we're now running around. For me, I would have preferred Anthony. I love him as a player. I like him. And then another striker. And then a holding midfielder, something we've lacked for almost 6 seasons now.
I'm surprised why United.
So season after season, the same old story. We have McFred running around the pitch, so we don't have any holding midfielder. So we've not had that for almost 6 seasons now. So we need a holding midfielder. We need a
right winger and a centre forward.
Rice is too expensive for us. We don't have that kind of money. They are never going to spend that amount on Rice. Is this
in line with you? You said this. You pointed out these things you have said now. You pointed it out in the past on the show.
I agree with him on that. Yeah, but for me, I think what we need to do now, if we can get a DM Probably for me, it's almost pointless going for Frank De Jong now. We should focus on Ruben. There's Ruben Neves there. I don't know why we're not even talking about Ndidi. If you can go for Ndidi, and then maybe I'm just asking for so much. Maybe Victor Osimhen.
So Ten Hag has this idea of holding midfielder. He has an idea of holding midfielder.
Now tell them on one page.
He likes holding midfielders with good passing range, good on the football, good with the football, with good passing range, comfortable on the ball. So that's the kind of holding midfielders he loves. I don't think Ndidi is a Ten Hag kind of player. He's not. He's a disruptor. He wins possession.
It is an anchor man. No,
yes.
Ten Hag style of play. Ten Hag would prefer a deep line playmaker more than an anchor man. Ndidi is an anchor man. You understand? That's why he wants the young.
Yes, guy.
He wants like the young man to play there for him, not someone like Ndidi. Okay, thank you, every guy. Thank you, everybody for
SMS is there now. Milinkovic-Savic is there.
No, it's more of a central
Savic is a
midfielder.
box to box. Savic is not a deep line playmaker. It's not a DM.
He's not
Box to box or CM. It's not a DM. So you can't really get to play that role.
I'm looking at what we have now at the minute. We have McTominay. We have Fred.
You can get Neves. You can get
Ruiz at Napoli play forward.
Huh?
Ruiz is a playmaker. Is it like
he's not holding midfielder really. They have they have Anguissa most times.
Yeah.
He's not
Ruiz is
Neves is the only option that we have.
You can go for Neves.
He's only thing close to the young.
Or come and buy.
Let's go for
Who will give it now? Let the go.
I heard when you guys were talking about surprise team of the season. If you asked me, I would have said Arsenal.
Arsenal, yeah, I told them Arsenal.
I would have said Arsenal. I mean, they've been brilliant.
Okay,
I put Arsenal as well. Yeah.
You go shop
Slim, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
We've been on air for 1 hour 30 minutes. Unfortunately, we wanted to cover the league winners for that league. Probably we'll cover that in the next show. But we have to go now. Thank you, everybody, for coming on the show. Thank you, Slim. Thank you, Jose Jr.
So much.
Thank you, Anibaba. Thank you, Downway's Law. All the people that commented on the show. Thank you very much. We appreciate you guys. Any last word, guys? Any last word?
Enjoy. Football is back.
Thank you, guys. Bye, guys.
Yeah. No more boring weekends. Yeah.
My last word.